What's up, YouTube? This your boy Jay, and as y'all fall in today, y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and what we're gonna do today, man, we're gonna react to this "Say What Needs to Be Said" podcast that just interviewed. I got my son in here with me today, y'all, so he gonna definitely be like all over the place. So y'all bear with me. But we're gonna see what did they say what need to be said. We got Mr. Pick Six and Coach Prime theyself. Me personally, I'm a fan of both of them guys. Both of them actually did in their career. If you played DB or if you just was a fan of these guys in their era, they were, to me, I feel like the staples of that position. You Mr. Pick Six gonna bait you. He gonna, he was technically sound. Get back, Lee. Get back. Don't do that. Don't mess with that. He was technically sound. His stats speaks for themselves. He did whatever he had to do when he had to do. He two-time Super Bowl champion, Coach Prime. Their accolades are pretty much very similar. Um, People like to argue Coach Prime shut down the whole side of the field, but it's like I'm not really too tough going with that. But he did. I'm not trying to discredit him neither. But what I want to do, I just want to react to their little their conversation they had. I want to see what it was about. I haven't seen it at all, so I definitely want to see what it's about, and I want y'all to react to it with me. Um, as always, my opinion is my opinion. Yours is yours. Nobody's right or wrong. If you decide to come up and join the conversation with me, hit the link, man. I'm finna post it right now. Boom. It's gonna always be at the top of the chat. And come on in here with me. So, but like I said, we got Coach Prime, and I'm gonna mute up so y'all won't hear all the theatrics. Okay.
Welcome back to another episode of Say What Needs to Be Said. No. Welcome back to a special episode of Say What Needs to Be Said. I'm your host, Asante, Mr. Pick Six Samuel, two-time Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowler, all-pro record-breaking cornerback, and 50 interceptions in 10 seasons. Yeah, that's me, Mr. Pick Six. Special edition Friday night vibes is not Friday night, it's Friday because we got a special edition. Usually we at night time, but hey, special things permit special times. You feel what I'm saying? So, man, we have the awesome, the great. Everybody has been waiting on this conversation. You know what I mean? We're gonna have some fun, we're gonna entertain, and we're gonna tell some truths. Coach Prime likes to speak the truth. So many accolades, so many accomplishments, so many things to name. You know what I mean? We just gonna call him the GOAT like he is, the GOAT.
What's up, America? It's your boy Ice-T.
That is, let's welcome Coach Prime to the building.
My dog, let's get to it. Let's get to it, baby. Let's get right to it. Yeah, let's get right to it.
Come say, let's get right to it.
I just feel like a Snoop song. Some of these fools are so deceptive. You got my style like a deceptive. No, let's get to it.
First off and foremost, Coach, we gotta let everybody know this wasn't planned. This ain't no planned beef. This ain't nothing. Hey, this is all authentic. Coach say, hey, I want to come on the show and watch you win. I want to help you win, baby. Let's get to it.
I reached out to my youngster. I call him youngster because he's still young compared to me. And I want him to win in every facet. See, the thing about it, we've never heard him talk off the field. We've always heard you, you said a little something on the field, but we never heard you say something. I think that was the Patriot way.
That's the Patriot.
So when you retire and you start talking, we like,
what is going on?
What's wrong with you, man? Who is you?
He got CTE. Yeah, man, that's true, man. It's like you said. One thing I realized with Coach Prime, man, you know, we haven't had many conversations, but we had a few.
Oh.
But when the few that you have with him, you'll realize how much wisdom he have right off the bat. Man, the wisdom is crazy. Right off the bat, he say, the Patriot way. That's the reason I'm not talking. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to.
And I think that was that's one of the reasons why Asante Samuel's his career really wasn't highlighted the way that it's supposed to be highlighted because of the team he played for. You know, up under that Belichick system, the Patriot way, it was just get the job done, man. Come do your job just like you really taught in football. Do your job and go on to the crib. But and I do appreciate how Coach Prime, how he come in and he like, look, he come with that energy. Let's get started. But it's always about respect first and foremost. And like he said, he just want to see the man win. So let's go ahead. My son, he want to say so. He want to get on camera, y'all, right quick before we start. Man, tell him what you want to say, man.
Freshman is the best football player.
Y'all heard that. Stop playing with this man, okay? But this ain't about Travis right now, okay? This is about Coach Prime. So here we go.
To where I think it went left. I was working for NFL Network, and they asked me who were the top corners in the game. And see, I hate to do that. I hate to do that. I think this was the first and the last time I ever gave a ranking. I'm telling you, you don't know that. That was the first and the last time.
Okay.
And I said, blah, 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 blah. Then I said, Asante Samuel is the best off corner in the game. And you didn't want that. You didn't want that.
Is that how that started? I didn't even realize that, man. I didn't even realize
That's what I said. I said,
I probably don't remember.
I lined up maybe three corners. Then I said, you were the best off corner. But you heard me say off corner, and you went off.
And that makes sense as a DB because you especially with his accolades, before he react to this, I would have went off too because you basically trying to dwindle my light a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's worth having to be able to feel some type of way about. Let's see what Mr. Pitt 6 got to say about
it. That's where it went left.
That's where it went left.
So what was wrong with that? Because I was just being 100. Like what I would have wished that you did, I wish you would have traveled.
Right.
I wish you would have took the dog and took him out because I know you was capable, but y'all didn't do that.
Right.
So it was hard for me to say that when, you got Reeves out there and some of the other cats out there when they were traveling.
Right.
Now that I use Monday service, AI makes solving tickets much.
See, we got different perspectives, right? Now let's talk about that, right? Because Coach, you basically pioneered the term lockdown corner, right?
Right.
But you also intercepted a lot of passes, right?
True.
And now, in my opinion, I think corners today, shadowing receivers, is a little overrated. Since you did it, now it's more about hype and publicity, not production. You know what I mean? Tell me your thoughts on that, because I got a response.
It's still some dogs out there to travel. Like to get my ultimate respect, you got to travel. You like,
hold on.
like I like when you interrupt. I like when you interrupt. I like that. Now both of us from Florida, we got that you try to kick in. See, it was no if and buts about it. When we were playing San Francisco, I know I had Jerry.
Right.
When we were playing that, I know I had Mike. It was like a matchup. You can't sell me no matchup and don't give me the matchup. It's like basketball. When you tell me, okay, we got Jordan versus Gary Payton or whatever, I want to see Gary Payton and Jordan go at it. Don't give me nothing else.
Right.
So I wanted to see you against the dogs.
Right. And that was every team, every coach I ever played for. Actually, my first 2 seasons, we matched up. When Ty Law was there, we actually matched up. But the reason why I wasn't interested in matching up, because I wasn't getting the ball like I was getting in practice against Tom Brady. So let me explain this to you, right? Like I say, you the one pioneered that term lockdown corner, but you have 50 interceptions. Nobody is doing that no more, right? So how I looked at it, Coach, right? The quarterback was in control of the football.
True.
Most quarterbacks are right-handed.
True.
And most passes go to the right side, the defensive left side, right? So my mindset was, I'm going to take away the quarterback's favorite side to throw to. And that's going to create a disadvantage for advantage for the defense. So I'm playing the quarterback. I don't wish to play the receiver because the quarterback has to get the ball to the receiver. So that was my mindset. But nobody understood what I was doing. So it's like it kind of got washed out. So you compare me against any quarterback, against Peyton Manning, against Eli Manning, against, you know what I mean?
You got yours.
Right.
But what we wanted to see was the matchup.
Right.
Like, I want to see you, Julio, get down. I want to see you. I want to see you and them dogs get down. That's what I want to see. Now, when I saw that, I would have said,
Coach Prime, and that's he can't, and that's been the ultimate competitor. Exactly what he's mentioning. That's what we actually tune in on Sundays, tune in on Mondays, tune in on Thursdays, man. When you got, Julio versus Asante back in the day, or you got Jalen Ramsey versus Jefferson. I want to see who gonna get the best of whoever. I want to see the top dogs go with it. Don't me trying to go play on the other side of the field. No, I'm gonna tell my coach I got him. But in certain systems, you just got to keep it real. It don't really go like that at the big leagues. But with certain players, you gonna automatically expect, hey, he traveling, he going to the other side of the field. He go wherever he go. You know what I mean? He locking up with him, so he got a real point by that. Let's see what Coach Prime got to say to this stuff.
hey, now they did break the heart on coming to your side, and you handled it up.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
You know, I
got another one. Nobody want to talk about. We can't just count interceptions. We got to count touchdowns too now.
Touchdowns count.
We got to count touchdowns too now.
Touchdowns count.
I can't have nobody talking about now. I'm just not putting a point of finger at you that they had 40 picks, but they gave up 40 TDs now. That ain't right.
Right. Now, see, that ain't player. And that's why I say stats is so important. When people say stats don't matter, yes, because you can look at every stats, how many balls you got caught on you, how many times you intercepted the ball. And like I said, Coach, just because somebody locks somebody down and they only have 30 receiving yards, Coach, right? Mm-hmm. And they have no interceptions and no pass breakups. That's a team win. The defense did that. The defensive line made them throw some bad balls and stuff like that. My thing is, if you lock somebody down, you're going to have pass breakups and interceptions.
That's 100% true. That's locking somebody down. Just having minimum yards, because honestly, what if he only got 2 opportunities, but he caught both of the balls? You know what I'm saying? And you didn't break up nothing. You actually that receiver won because that's the only opportunity he got. Okay, yeah, you made a tackle, whatever. He ran out of bounds or however it happened, but you need to affect the side of that field. You need to have some stats. So let's see what Asante talking about.
When you're going one-on-one, that's why I say it's overrated now.
It's kind of overrated, but I remember going years with barely any work.
Yeah.
That's why I cried and went and said, let me go play some offense. Excuse me, because I ain't getting no work. Let me go play some offense. Because I need some work. Then you get bored. Then when you get bored, you sitting up there taking a chance that you shouldn't take. Mm-hmm. Now you get got and you worried about that for the rest of the week. Because you have got taking a stupid chance instead of just being patient.
But that was you, Coach. That was you. You getting the ball. You're locking it down. They're terrified to throw to you, Coach. They're terrified to throw to you because you're intercepting the ball.
But it was hard to get numbers.
Right, but you're still intercepting the ball.
But it was hard to get numbers.
That
when
the
you
ball.
Throw your numbers up, I'm like, he can't just throw his numbers up because it was hard to get numbers because the ball ain't coming over here.
Right. Let me show you something. Now, this might blow your mind. The NFL doesn't want to show this, and they don't even.
And I want to kind of stop that too, because don't matter because he wasn't getting Coach Prime wasn't getting the balls because he just had to make the most of his opportunity. At the same time, like when I compare, like if I compare Michael Jordan, I don't even like to compare different eras. When somebody else leave and another guy come in, honestly, you're the best of your time. Okay, y'all are not similar in every single aspect. So I'm not gonna put that much pressure on different generations. But hey, the situation is what it is. The offense changed, the defense changed, the playing style changed. So, you got to give him some grace. Like, it is what it is. I made the most of my opportunities. Simple as that. Coach Prime just made the most of his opportunities. They wasn't just sitting right there throwing the ball to Asante side of the field every willy-nilly. They was not. So we're not gonna do it like that.
Put this in the rankings because they know they missed it so bad and they want to give the credit to somebody else. But I'm gonna show you this, Coach, and I'm sure you've never seen this before. And I'm bringing it up on the screen. Can you see that, Coach?
Mm-hmm.
Read the bottom if you get some help. I'll help you read. I'll read it.
Asante Samuel, 36 targets, 3.2 yards per pass, 7 picks. Reeves, 55 targets, 5.6, no picks. Namdi Asamoah, 31 targets, 5.9. Okay.
Now read that last part at the bottom.
According to PFF, Asante was rated one of the tops in the league. Like the rest of his numbers, that's one interception every 5 times he was thrown at. Dog, I ain't arguing that you wasn't a dog.
No.
I wanted you to go with the cat.
Never sue the other driver after a car accident.
You never heard of that, and you would never thought that. But they said somebody else had the best season.
Because we went with the PFF and all that back then. Our naked eyes, right? Our naked eyes.
Naked eyes.
It's right. like when our kids train, they put on this thing on their chest and they give them the numbers. I said, I can look at him right now and tell he's tired. Don't give me that. I don't need all that to tell me he's lazy, to tell me
I want to pause this right here quick too, because now when it's still a little different because of the Belichick way, that system that Reeves, not Reeves, that Mr. Pick Six he was under. The system was different, you know what I'm saying, and it is what it is. They played their system and they believed in that system. So that again too, like everybody knew who was in that generation. Like, you going to play for the Patriots during that time? Like, everybody had to conform. Randy Moss had to conform. Ocho had to. So it's just. I still got to give him that grace, and then like with his stats, it's like, man, anybody. I don't think Coach Prime had those type of stats, but let's not say he didn't. I'm just saying right off the top, because that's like, you got to give him some more respect. He just like, it's like nothing that he basically can say that Coach Prime got he want Coach Prime to tell him like straight up, like, man, you want A. So, but he ain't gonna come off that. Let's go.
Right. I will never argue that you wasn't that.
Right.
I was just mad that you were the travel dog.
Right. And I'm living in my own world, balling. I have no clue. I just think I'm balling and I should be getting the credit. But in the meantime, everybody else getting the credit. Now you take a person like Richard Sherman, right? He didn't really travel that much. He played the same style. He probably traveled some, but he still gets his credit because he taught. I remember him at the Atlanta game. He was going at Reeves, and I'm looking at him like, who is this guy? And he was vocal, you know what I mean?
Now you want to retire and become vocal. now you want to
go. I was talking to a teammate.
The womb talking. You know what though? I never talked to a receiver in my life.
Really?
I never.
Yeah, that really wasn't my thing either.
I had too much respect for him. Now I talked to the media, but I never talked to a receiver in my life. I had too much respect. I never sat up there like I'm gonna do. Now, if one of them came and like a cat tried to cut me, I'm gonna put them gloves on him. Like,
man,
I don't play that.
I don't play that.
He's gonna play that now. I got to holler at you. I got to good.
Hey, coach, I cut somebody in the middle of the game. They was running that way. He cut me. It was Steve Smith, played for the Giants. He cut me. I said, watch this. And the play was the other way. I went and cut that joker. He was looking crazy. And Atlanta coach Terry, I forgot his name. He was like, man, don't play with Asante.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that's a good thing you say, man, because it's like that's one of the most things that I respect about Coach Prime and you the most is, from my research and everything, you have been exactly who you are since I can remember, since birth. You know what I mean? The way you
kept it a buck, man. I kept it a buck. You know how we raised that now. We got to work for everything we get. That's one thing. When you're a Florida boy, that's why I got 20 of them on my team, plus on my team, because I love the Florida boys. I love the mentality. But I changed the ignorant things of life. I did change those things so that I could become the father and the man that I desire to be and who God called me to be. But the rest of it, I pretty much kept packaged the same way.
Hello.
People are always taking pics of me.
Growth, man. It's called growth out there, y'all. You got to grow. You got to learn and grow. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying, Coach, too, also is like, it's like, where did you...
I like that too. You know, that's very powerful coming from, you know, Coach Prime, because that growth is, no, I feel like everybody, we're just trying to get to that point in life, man. Well, some people, some of us at least, you know, even, you know, myself, just try to do better every day. So I appreciate Coach Prime for that.
You know, where did you get your influence from to celebrate, promote yourself, and be so confident? Now, I thought of someone, right? I thought of someone. I want to take a guess at it. Did you watch A-Team and Mr. T a lot? Did Mr. T?
I think everybody did. No, it was like it was 4 or 5 cats. I watched Muhammad Ali.
Ooh, preach.
Muhammad Ali said that he was the greatest, and he was, and he stood for what he believed. I watched Hank Aaron, you know, break the home run title and run around the bases, and a Caucasian gentleman jumped on the field and ran across him, but he stayed focused and made it to that home plate. Anybody else would have freaked out, you know, because he was getting death threats and everything, but he secured the home run title. I watched Julius Erving. He was the Jordan before the Jordan. He was the doctor. They called him Dr. J, and this brother ain't have a PhD. You talking about smooth, suave, well-spoken, articulate, just went to work and did his doggone thing. Now, O.J. Simpson, not the O.J. in the black Jeep.
Right, okay.
Or whatever color Jeep, white Jeep, whatever that was. The O.J. Simpson, that was the Hertz spokesman that was running through airports, jumping on. He was suave, man.
Yeah.
And his lineman protected him, and he broke the record of 2,000 yards. He rewarded all of them, man, but they went out of their way to make sure he had it. Now, I took bits and pieces out of all those gentlemen and incorporated them myself, and I took my work ethic from my mama, because that's what I seen every day.
Yeah.
And that Florida was already in me. That's just who we are, you know. So that's why the chain and all that, man. You know how it is. That was peer pressure. We didn't have a chain back in the day. That was you wouldn't know. Yeah, you had to have a gold tooth, or you had to have something.
And you know, your influences in life, a lot of times too, they help shape the person who you are. A lot of times you gonna get what you get from the inside, you know, your household. But when you got a person like Coach Prime, and some people when they really idolize people, when they really taking something, that piece of talent, or you know, when you practicing and you seeing how this man line up or he go about his business, and the way he may speak, and his confidence, and that rubs off on people in different areas, and that when they use it in their life, and they use it to affect change or whatever, that is positive. And they, especially when you get to take it from a lot of powerful individuals, like he just mentioned, like that shows a lot of reason why he is the way he is, and why he even can brand and market himself the way he do. So that's real dope to know.
Gotta have something. Some rims on the car, something. You better have something.
So that was my game, man. That's how those are the people that I looked up to.
Okay, yeah, man, them some greats right there, man. Julius Erving, O.J., you know, all those people. And see, I think the greats, we all think alike, right? And I'm gonna put my name in, despite what anybody might think, right? We all think alike, and it's a reason. Oh, I'm put up the wrong picture. Lord have mercy. Let me get this right. There we go. Add. No. Remove. Here we go. And you can't see it all well, Coach, but that's me. And with the 2 gold teeth in the bottom in college. You know what I mean? Holding up that Coach Prime, trying to figure out, you know, how to be great.
And you know what, man? Let me tell you this story. And it's a good one. You taught me a lesson. When all that happened back in the day, and I said you was the best corner, and that's where we went left. I thought to myself, you can't do that, Brian, because a lot of these cats look up to you. You can't do that.
Right.
And guess what? Guess what that helped me with? This year, true story. Richard said something about Travis. Travis got bent out of shape and said, man, I can't believe this. He was mad. Then Travis went back at him. Remember that? So me, I don't even do this. I call Sherman. I said, Sherman, get on the phone. Here you go. Right. We was on the practice field. Get on the phone right now, Travis. Y'all get this right. Because I love both of y'all. We got to get this right. But that wouldn't have been in my spirit if that hadn't happened with you.
Wow.
I called Richard and I told Richard, I said, Richard, that happened with me with Asante, man, and we never fixed it. I say, so what I want y'all to do is fix it, because these are youngsters looking up to the OGs, and then when they OGs say something about them, they think it's derogatory. That hurts, man. I said, you don't understand, man.
Right.
Richard, he said you was one of his best that he looked up to, and you said something about him. I said, you know how that broke that man? I said, so fix it. So the deal with you encouraged me to fix it with them, man.
That's powerful. That's powerful.
It is. It really is. Because it hurt that after that time, I never ranked corners again. I know you ain't know that. But I never again in my life.
Salute. But yeah, man, like you say, man, the first time I ever got to see you, it was like, oh, that's Deion Sanders. Because like you say, we coming up from youngsters, and then now what they say, idols become rivals and all that stuff. It's like, no, we just fierce competitors. Like you say, man, my opinion is like players scream they want to be the best, but they never did their research. You know what I mean? What it takes to be the best. You know, I don't think players that came after Coach Prime understood. I tried to understood what made him so great and the standards that that you set. You know what I mean? Every team, like you see in college, every team I went to, I would ask coaches about you. Hey,
I'm not going. I think some guys they do still want to know, like, or still study, because I was a guy who actually studied, certain players that I idolized, so you just like Asante Samuels, he studied. You got other guys who Travis Hunter, he still, he studied. Just the special ones, the ones that just dare to be great, because just trying to be able to idolize or compete or compare yourself to the likes of Deion Sanders, or let me just ride for 1 second. Deion Sanders or anybody of stature that you idolize is a big shooter field. So, you just don't have many of those guys, because he just showed himself that he actually did. So, that's right. Oh man.
Guess what that helped me with? This year, true story. Richard said something about Travis. They teach you their scheme,
right,
and how to understand their scheme. But as far as playing,
exactly. That's 100%.
Pros teach pros.
Pros teach pros. Preach. Pros.
That's how that goes. And a lot of college guys, and when I coach them all the time, it's like, no, when you get there, you'll see.
You'll see.
We're trying to tell you, you better use it.
Right.
Because when you get there, they're gonna expect you to have it. And if not, you're gonna sit down.
You're gonna sit down.
You're gonna sit down.
Man, that's a prime example. Like you say, everybody understand the Patriot way and the things we went through at the Patriots. And my first defensive back coach was, I don't want to even name no names because, it seemed like I'm taking shots and stuff like that. But my defensive back coach basically never played DB. Probably barely played football. And this is when I had to take up for myself, because understand, it's going to say dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun on Sunday. Right. And that's all that mattered to me. The coach, I could deal with them when I come back. This man said, we disguising the coverage, and I want you to bail inside. Not like bail outside. Bail. I say, coach, you can try that with them other corners. I'm not doing that.
I ain't never heard of bail inside in my life.
It never. He was trying to do something new on our dime in our face.
No.
And I wasn't going for it. So that was like, you know, the things I had to deal with, you know, and other things, you know what I mean? But like you say,
I'm thankful that most of my coordinators came to me on a really. I started after the win. My mind's already on the next cat because I know I got man, so I ain't thinking about nothing else. Like, what you want to do? And we were getting ready to play against Dallas. I said, you know what? I've already prepared for this game. Y'all double Mike, and I'm gonna whoop hard. Let's do it. Like that. And when we go man, I'm gonna go back to Mike. But regular, y'all do what you got. Take Mike out. Go hard. Put Mert on Novacek, and we straight. But that's how we used to think the game. And I had I had coordinators that was like, okay, he understands the game. Let's do it. So that's how it went down.
So yeah. So we talked about schemes and stuff, right? Now, one thing I like to give the Patriots and Belichick credit for, you know, he had great schemes, a lot of discipline and things like that. But like when you played the game wasn't as advanced as it was when I played and today and things like that. Yeah, I don't know. You let me know if y'all had a lot of 2 and 3 receiver sets. It wasn't as common as it is.
We did. You got to remember that. Houston Oilers was in that gun. There wasn't no huddle. It was like they was going to get. Buffalo was in the same thing. They were get you. So it was yes, Lord. And they was throwing. I mean, they see back then. This is, I think, the difference of our era. Your era was solid. I can't take that away from it. But you may have had one dog to deal with.
Y'all
like in our era, just say for instance, I'm dealing with Jerry Rice.
Y'all want come on up.
John Taylor was on the other side.
Right.
And Joe Montana was quarterbacking.
Right.
So that was something to deal with, you know.
Right.
So you dealing with the Cowboys, Emmett was back there.
Right.
Mike Irvin's on this side, Harper on that side, Jake Novacek right there. So we had, you know, it wasn't just one guy.
Legendary game. Yeah.
You know, Jim Kelly.
Well, I got a great comparison.
You had Andre Reed. You had James Lawson. And then you had, what's my running back name? What's my Thurman Thomas?
When
we get into the errors, we got to get to everything. We can't just get into one thing. We got Hall of Fame quarterbacks, man.
Right. All right. My
you know, too, and that's one thing. And by generation, the younger generation always just feel like their era is just the best, you know, since, you know, sliced bread or whatnot. But honestly, man, if you really study the game, man, just those guys that he was just naming, that team, that offense that he was like, God, if y'all, you know, football, man, that understand, and you really got a professional scheme up with these individuals, shit. But that's something to go against, you know what I'm saying? And to be daring to be great or in the Hall of Famer or just, you know, you big man on campus, you prime time, like shit, you know, those big shoes to fill. So, you know, we really got to respect, you know, what the guys who came before us did. Let's keep it rolling though.
My big one is Peyton Manning. I can't lie, Coach. The first time I picked off Peyton Manning, when they had Peyton Manning and the Colts on the schedule, I come to practice yelling at everybody, you better not come playing today. Blah, 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 blah. But that was my battle. That was I got to get my shit together because guess what? Marvin Harrison doesn't move. It's me and him, Coach. And let me tell you one story about Peyton Manning. Let me tell you, that's another person, man. Shout out to the Manning brothers. I got to get y'all on the show. We got to connect. Yeah. Can't nobody give a show like me and y'all, man. Let me tell y'all. But let me tell you, one time, so Marvin Harrison took me deep, right? So I'm balling that game. I got a pick already and a couple pass breakup. He throws it deep, and I'm trying to time the ball up, man. I'm trying to time it up, and it seems like every time I get ready to stop and try to jump,
if you've got an old roof that
ball just keeps selling. The ball just keep going. I never felt nothing like that in my life. It was so scary. It's like I barely got a fingertip on it. But Marvin was going right for it. And it was just like the ball was so tricky to me at that point.
Nothing to play with, man.
Yeah, man.
He
was fast and quick. Coach, I hate them fast, subtle, them quick twitch.
And even, just thinking about, that era where Marvin Harrison, Peyton Manning, but going against this guy, that was a hell of a matchup there. That was a hell of a, that was a tune-in game right there. Asante Samuel, Marvin Harrison, and Peyton Manning, that offense, man, that was a big thing.
Receivers, but those big receivers, I like them all day.
I didn't like the small cats.
Yeah, like the small cats.
I like the small cats, and I wasn't going in the slot.
You want to go in the
slot? I guess if he lean, I'm gonna slip it. And I had the motor. I couldn't just sit there and try to get hands on him because they're 3 yards off the ball. So I ain't messing with the slot. I would go in motion and bump all the way out to the outside. I wasn't going to the slot.
Hey, that slot serious. They 5 yards off the ball, boy.
They're gonna get you in the slot.
All right, let's have a little fun right now. I'm gonna have a little fun, and I'm gonna start some stuff right now. You used to lock down your man, coach, right? You locked down your man.
Who did?
Right? You was lockdown. You was lockdown corner. You lock your man down, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, sir.
But like I said, I don't know if it was advanced, but you said it was. But we probably ran 2 and 3 receiver sets more. It was probably ran more in our time than your time. So what I'm saying is, when it's 2 receivers over there, I'm locking down the hash to the half to the sideline because you can't throw the 2 receivers, coach. Now that's the Belichick scheme: trapping, cover 5, coming off my. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we ain't do that. We ain't do all that. We ain't do all that. We ain't do all that, dog.
When they're not throwing the ball your way, you got to find other ways to get the ball, coach. You got to find other ways to get the ball.
I had 16 photos in my playbook. I had 16 photos. That's why ain't nothing to talk about. Ain't really nothing to meet about. Matter of fact, let me go get it now. I got 16.
Coach say ain't no trapping. Ain't no trapping. I got this ninja right here, man.
I ain't doing no trapping. No trapping or no tricking. I ain't doing that one of them ever. So I'm good. Right. Yeah. I had my man, and that was Doug, I remember the first week I played for the Cowboys. And we had practice, man. Cat going motion. I don't know what coverage he was in, but I just came from San Francisco, locking it down. Cat going motion. I stayed with my man, and they stopped, blow the whistle. They said, "You supposed to?" I said, "Let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all pay me too much to be bumping and to be worried about these coverages. I got my man. If he go in motion, I got him wherever he go. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do on the other side, or the back side on this side. I'm staying with my guy." Yeah. How about that?
Make it nice and simple.
Change the whole defense to accommodate what I do. So y'all paying me too much.
Right.
I'm not thinking while I'm playing. I know what I do.
Yeah. See, that was different than me. I'm thinking, I'm talking to Rodney, I'm talking to Mike Vrabel. I'm like, Vrabel, you drop outside this time if we're in coverage, and I'm going to steal all the inside stuff. Rodney, I got to calm him down. He want to fight half the time. Rodney, we're going in and out, brother. Just chill. You know what I mean?
I wasn't doing all that. I'm not doing all that. Killer over there, I got this killer. Ain't nothing to talk about.
Hey, I got this killer.
That's why I ain't go to the huddle. The huddle, people don't realize the huddle, you got to run during there 15 yards in, then 15 yards out. That's 30 yards of running. Why would I do that and I can look right here and get the call? And my call is man. So I ain't worried about that. So
right.
Why would you do something stupid like that?
Boy, it's crazy. The mind's thinking like I stood right on the left side and I wait for the safety to hear the coverage. I don't want to hear the coverage. I just need to hear cover 1, cover 0, 2, 3, 4. That's all I want to hear. Exactly. I want to hear nothing else.
That's all I want.
That's all I want to hear.
I started studying the Sunday night on the way home from the plane. I started studying Sunday night, started preparing. So by the time we got there, we had Tuesday off, I still studied. By the time we got there Wednesday, I already had it.
Right.
I already knew what was going to be said.
So did you watch a lot of film, Coach?
Oh my God, dude! I watched film right up until kickoff, man.
Yeah.
I have a library of VHS tapes, man. I used to, but I had this little VHS recorder. It's an iconic picture of me sitting in the locker room for the Super Bowl, and I'm sitting up there with some dollar sign draws. Those were my lucky draws. Yeah. And I'm looking at this VHS tape of my opponent. I studied so much, man. I knew everything about them cats. From split, from outside foot up, from hands up, hands down, from everything. Run pass. I knew them cats like the back of my hand. And then I started studying. As I progressed, I started studying coordinators. Change, but the coordinators remain the same. They're gonna do the same thing.
West Coast offense, running style offense.
There you go.
See, and that's funny you say that too, because I got tricked. Well, I ain't gonna say tricked, but I'm watching. I'm dedicated to film in college. Gene Chislett was my coach. He won the national championship with Cam Newton at Auburn. He taught me the techniques and stuff. So he's making me watch film, and I'm watching film. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna run this play on this play, and yeah, they're gonna run this, and I'm doing punt return at the same time. Man, it hit me with a double move. I dropped the fumble and lost the game against Syracuse. I say, I'm not watching no film after this, coach. I'm not watching film. So what I did was, I say, I'm not gonna watch film and just assume this pro set or whatever, this route is coming. No, I'm gonna find the tendencies I need and take that away from me. And all I need to know from the receiver, if you fast, that's all I need to know. If you fast, that's all I need to know.
What yard line was the double move on?
It could cost you up to $8,000.
And whenever you got a real special talent, man, whenever you real great at whatever you do in life, honestly, that those study habits are there. When you that guy, whatever you do, that work and that ambition is there for you for you to dominate, for you to succeed in the way that you looking to succeed, because and then you're gonna go through situations where you get fooled, because when you think you know it all, is always somebody gonna come with something new, and that's just respecting the game. And that's just, now you got the, like he like, hold on, man. It's not like he didn't abandon ship, like I'm finna just disregard watching film, but it's the way that I'm understanding y'all asking me to watch film. It's not, that ain't gonna work, because he went through, like, you had a fumble and lost the game on a punt return. That's heavy there. Like, come on, what happened? How they hit you with a double move? You know what I mean? Like, so but there was probably there had to be a big moment for him that made him switch it up. So, and that's too, like, when you real good at a sport, you real athletic, those you got it, just that awareness, just knowing how in certain situations, understanding just the game, when you just understand that game and just lining up in a certain position, just or anticipating something, and it pays to be right. You got to really trust yourself and trust your understanding of what you're doing, and just really go all out. So that's real huge right there in itself.
What yard line was it on when they catch you? What yard line was it on?
Oh, 50 plus 50. Plus 50.
There you go. So when they come 50, you already know.
You already know. But I didn't know all that at that time.
And it probably was on first down.
It probably was.
That's a shot down.
Let me tell you, my tendency, my game plan when I got to the NFL, if it wasn't third down and it was on the 50, man, you can have all that short stuff. Yeah. I'm finna sit back here and wait for everything.
That's right.
So that was my mindset too.
I teach first down, shot downs. I don't care the way you at right now. When you cross that 50, here comes the bull jump.
Right.
You see something right, it ain't ordinary, it's gonna be extraordinary. That's what we teach. You don't see something that ain't ordinary, it's gonna be extraordinary.
Yeah. And my thing was, one of my tendencies is getting a little bit more advanced, but like every time it was a play action, it was a 10-yard or better route. So I just, as soon as I see play action, I just go start setting up for,
you might well say 15 and better. It's might well say
15 and better,
Action 15 and better. It's coming.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I ain't even know you studied.
5 more minutes. That's another thing too, when just even understanding the game, and now just like the down the distance, or when you watching football, when they throwing them, when they running play action, like that's another thing I look for. Like, how deep is they? How deep is that they trying to actually put the ball downfield? Because these folks are talking about some 10 to 15 yards, and it just depends on, hey, if you beyond the 50 or behind the 50, like what to look for, because and it just in the game they just trying they may take a shot. You got to always be aware. They got some guys out there that they can take the roof off this thing. So that was interesting. I didn't even think about. I never thought about that. So I'm gonna definitely look out for it though.
No, man. I just tendencies.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I thought you was like that jumping stuff. I didn't know you studied like that.
No, it's funny because that one play, right? That one play, you was commentating actually, and I brought it up, put it on Twitter, talking with shit and stuff like that. But it was against Eli Manning. He ran that little quick end, and it was a tight end. I went and jumped, and he was like, he's sitting on it, blah blah blah, whatever. He was like, a great play, well, you know what I mean? But it was a tendency that he had got from his brother when they used to run all them 5-yard ends when Marvin Harrison broke the record. Yeah. And I was like, this is the perfect setup. Like he's about to run this play with the tight end. I'm not even supposed to steal that play, but what I'm supposed to do? You know what I mean?
You know what? The greatest play I think I ever made in my life. I made some great plays. Trust me.
Hell of plays.
I was playing for the Redskins, and I was off. I was playing off. Was playing against the Giants, and dudes on the bottom of. He was on the bottom of the numbers. Balls on the far hash, and I said to myself, "Bang eight, bang eight,
bang eight, coming."
So I got outside of it, so he think he had it right. And as he was running out, because I played receiver too, so I was counting the steps. As he's running at me, I'm off. I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4. And when he hit that fourth step, I knew that ball was coming.
Got
the pick. But I'm talking about the count steps during the game. That was my greatest play I think I ever made, man.
Man, Coach Prime. So, man, when you horn into your craft, man, just to understand how deep that is, like, just what everybody else not doing. That's very deep, man. Like he's sitting right there just counting steps, and what he say he got going on. That's very heavy. So y'all just take note, and y'all appreciate greatness and understand how to study like greatness. But here we go.
I think it all depends on, and Scary got a little something with it. But count his steps as he coming at you.
I'm done spending an obscene amount of money on takeout every done.
I'm getting back on track with Factor.
Fresh, never.
Yeah. And that's probably why it's your greatest play, because you felt like you put so much effort and time into understanding it. Just like, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening.
Right. This is really happening. That's why I'm telling my opponents, when you don't put it in, when you don't study, put that work in. That's what I'm hard, because I know we got pros teaching y'all everything, man. All you gotta do is listen. All you gotta do is listen to us. We tell you everything that's gonna happen during the game. All you gotta do is listen.
So, like I was talking about the standards, right? And I didn't get this standard from you. I got it actually from Ty Law. It was like his 37th pick.
I love bad boy. I love my Ty
Law. Boy. You know what I mean? But he came back to the huddle, to the locker room after his 37th pick, right? And he was like, 37, son. 13 more and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'm a rookie, so I'm like, what is he talking about? He's like 50 to get it in the Hall of Fame. So when people when they say why I'm always talking about 50 interceptions, because I did my research, and before a few people that just got into the Hall of Fame, 50 was the standard. It was like one person had 46, and that was Hayes. Something Hayes from the Patriots. I'll be messing up names. But the narrative now, Coach, right, is 50 interceptions isn't obtainable like it was back in the days. And it ain't as obtainable. No
I
more,
don't think it's gonna happen no more.
Right? You don't think it's gonna happen no more?
I don't think it's gonna happen no more.
I'm the last one to do it since 2013.
Thank you. So what did they tell you? I don't think it's gonna happen no more. First of all, they ain't playing as long. Second of all, they don't want to.
They don't want to
play that long because they get paid a lot more now. And if they handle it right, they straight.
Yeah.
And thirdly, I don't see it. I don't see them taking them kind of chances and really handling them up like that. Like I don't see corners. Well, I take that back. The boys from Dallas, they did their thing. You know, back season.
Gave up a lot of yards.
I
Gave
ain't
up a lot of yards.
I ain't want to say it.
Oh, I'm gonna say it. It's the truth.
I ain't want to say it.
Truth.
See,
The truth can never be disrespected.
I don't count it. You know what I started to say one time? I don't know if it was you. Somebody was coming at me. I started to record this. You know, I keep a recording team around. I don't know if it's you. It might have been you, but I don't think
me. It might have been me.
I started to say, you know what? I'm tired of this cornerback hierarchy and all that. I tell you what, I'm having a cornerback picnic over my house. And I want you to drive up to my crib with everybody that done beat you. Now, what would you be driving? I'm in a photo. I'm in a photo for the career. I'm in a photo. I know the 4 guys that got me. So I'm in a photo. So, well, that's what you be driving.
I think I would have been right up in there with you, Coach.
Hey, that man there ain't no joke. Coach Prime said, I'm in the photo. I already know what going on and who got me. And the son said he right there with him though. But that's just, you know what I mean? That was real. That's just that back in that Coach Prime, man. Coach Prime did. Go ahead.
And it's school.
And it's cool too. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with it. You gotta believe it. So let's go, man.
Coach, I would be right up in there. Oh, hey, my toughest battle was Marvin Harrison, but you know that's neither here nor there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he had faith.
You know what? I say my I had the best 5-6 years of my career was from 2006 to the end, because my first 3 years in the NFL, I was really kind of learning how to play cornerback and stuff like that. I played quarterback my whole life, and then I changed to cornerback like my senior year, or safety. Then I played corner in college. So I had to learn that stuff, man. I had to learn the little tricks of the trade, pushing off all types of stuff.
Same boat. You know, I was a quarterback my whole life.
Quarterback's usually the best athletes, ain't it?
I taught my sons because I was quarterback my whole life.
Coach,
actually,
I think the quarterbacks and the safeties are the best athletes. You know, but y'all let me know what y'all think.
I played quarterback until Shallow started getting on my nerves. I say it's over, son. You calling your own plays. I can't do that. I'm sick of you to play. You call it what you want to do.
Hey, that Shiloh need his own. He need his own reality show. That's a funny boy. Every time I watch, he have me dying.
He's so happy in Tampa, man. I'm so happy for him. I pray God.
Praise the Lord. I know that's right, man, for sure. I like that kid, man. But we're talking about the 50 interceptions, right? I think it's one person out there that has the ability that can do it, Coach. And I think it's Derek Stingley Jr.
Yeah,
I think he can do it. Between him and Pat Surtain, he's a bad boy. He has more technique than Derek Stingley. I think Derek Stingley is more instinctive. That's the difference in those two. I think Patrick Surtain has that. His technique is flawless.
But they ain't gonna try him enough for him to get him.
Yeah, but they got stats for that stuff now. You know what I mean? So we'll see. 17 games, Coach.
You're right.
Huh?
You're right.
Yeah, they got stats for all that.
They got stats for all that.
Yeah, like I just showed you. I just showed you right there. That was 14 passes caught on me in the 16-year game, the 16 game. You know what I mean? So,
that's incredible.
Yeah.
We would have never known.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We would have never known. So these cats out there right now, man, there's some bad boys out there, but I get mad every year come Hall of Fame time.
Do y'all think it's gonna be somebody gonna get 50 interception though? I think Pat Surtain might be able to get it. What you think? Who you think gonna be able to get 50 interception league? Travis Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah, Travis Hunter might be able to get. Yeah, he might be able to get 50 over his career.
Yeah, father.
Yeah.
He could tackle everybody.
Everybody, and he intercepted everything. They already know that. Travis Hunter probably get and Patrick Surtain. That's it.
Because of the bullet jump. Like it's got to be a level in that thing, man. That's what makes me mad. Because we can't say you can, because you Florida ignorant. You Florida ignorant. You gonna say
I'm trying to change. I'm trying to change.
We want you to say the same. We need you like when I call you to tell you
I got something to cheer you up, Jack. I go the other way.
Maybe back another video in the time.
No, we still here though. We got to finish the video out. Hold on, here we go.
I want you to do your thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, hey, man. That joker right there. Here go the information.
Yeah, hey, y'all already gonna know. Y'all heard it here first. Y'all been, why's something going on?
Man,
Don't even.
Yeah, man. It's a guy go in there. We like, no, come on, man. Y'all stop, man. Y'all stop with this foolishness.
Right. For
So
real,
I know you be, man, because you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. That's the kids for me, man. I love kids. I want to see kids go and like we got to protect the kids, man. At the end of the day, man. Regardless, man. You know, stuff is crazy.
You know this guy?
Yeah. What's up? What's up, partner? Hey, congratulations, brother, on everything.
Yes, sir. Thank
you. Yeah, man. Chop it.
You know what? I'm glad I seen that moment right there because everybody was saying Coach Prime went at the wedding and all this and that, and I knew it was just some type of little media, whatever. I'm like, I'm not even gonna try to even speculate. Let's just see what happens. But that was a good moment right there.
Put it up. Hey,
and then on top of that, y'all hit the like button, y'all hit the subscribe button, y'all hit the link in the chat, man. I mean, y'all hit me up in the chat, or y'all hit the link in the chat and join the panel and let me know what's going on.
Y'all hit my dad's wife and he beat the back another W.
You got to know that.
Tell him we need 50 interceptions. Tell him we need 50 interceptions. I need 50 interceptions. Now you got to bring it back.
He ain't getting no 50 interceptions.
Hey, you know what? My son just called it out before we even seen it live on here. So, but Coach Prime he with the hate to my he ain't gonna get it. Who gonna get 50 interceptions?
You got the thong on. You had the thong on one of your tux. Okay.
He had a thong on one of his tux.
And subscribe, y'all go hit. And you subscribe, y'all go hit a backflip.
Yeah, tell him if y'all subscribe, he gonna hit a black flip. So subscribe to the channel, man. I keep asking y'all to do the same
thing. Hey, these boys, man, I love you like they're my sons, man. I love you.
Hey, man, and I want to get. I'm just gonna be going all over the place because you know we kind of. But that Travis Hunter, man, that's such a loyal, great. You can see his energy, a great kid, and
he's a great
how much can you say for him going from Jackson State and Colorado with you, and then everything just coming to.
It's like a son,
manifesting, man.
Everything we talked about,
happened.
Everything we planned, it happened. So ain't nobody can say, ain't nobody can hate, ain't nobody can naysay. I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about the script. Before he even committed, I say, son, if you just do this, this is what's gonna happen.
That ain't scary to you? I ain't scared.
Then we went to, you know, when I fellas, come here. Don't tell nobody we get ready to go to the next level because that's what God is placing me, because this ain't about me no more. It's about y'all, because I don't feel like y'all could get there from here to what all you want. You would have been a pro, but not a Heisman trophy. You'd have been this, but not that. So it's time for us to make a change. And several of my young men went with me from Jackson, man. But it was for moments like that, man. Like, you know, the second pick in the whole draft and had everything going like it was supposed to. Would have had 10 of the top 5 picks, but you know, you don't even get me started with that.
Oh man.
I'm still praying. I'm still praying about that. So
you're still praying, but you know, I played for Belichick, so the Bill Belichick stigma there's a few coaches that's still in the NFL that's holding on to the Bill Belichick stigma, and you know, I think these coaches, myself, are still, you know, a lot of these coaches that coach me, they're still around on teams out there, and I see a few of them.
Bother nobody. We don't say nothing crazy. We try to help everybody. Our kids don't get into trouble.
As you can see,
they don't go to jail. They got over 3.0 GPA. I mean, the highest in the history of the school, and they some good kids, man. But
we got an entire assembly line of kids raised on the simulator.
And we do got to give them a round of applause for that, man. Them folks, they actually are doing very great with their kids, with the young men and the young women that they're raising. You know, it's always great to see these guys be able to pass down that legacy that they have started. You know, to just continue to generational in wealth and that prosperity within the family. So I just love it, you know.
No idea, man. I you have no idea.
All I want to say, man, is you got to let go of that Bill Belichick stigma. You ain't winning. You know what I mean? Out there, you don't have Tom Brady. Learn how to be yourself. Everybody that came and tried to be like Belichick, you ain't won nothing. So if you don't have your own personality, you don't know how to discipline, motivate men without copying somebody else, go check yourself out. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, that's just the truth.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. But hey, I got a great idea, Coach. I don't know if you've seen. They got $100 million lawsuit out there. I suffered a lot of pain, and I was suffering. I was suffering during the draft. I'm still suffering.
Right.
And let me tell you, they asked for email.
I'm suffering from the draft too, because you know what? I've been telling people this, and that was my whole argument. The only reason why they drafted Shador the third day because it was about views. Nobody would have watched that draft the second day, not the third day, not no other day. They would just wanted about 3 people to get drafted. Once, especially once that damn running back from Boise State got drafted. It was just like we don't care really too much more. Ain't nobody really that. But Shador never got drafted, and they just kept people tuned in. Like, okay, he ain't got drafted this day. Okay, we got to watch it again. Like, what's going on? So I just always felt it was about views, and I felt like since I had the sent right here and spend my time tuning in 2 and 3 days, and y'all done drafted Dylan Gabriel and Jalen Milroe and whoever else got drafted before him other than damn Cam Ward at the quarterback position. Was just a waste of my time, man. Because every day is always about Shador. That's why I just threw him over here up in the photo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just reacting to this, but you know, they're gonna here we go. This helped me talk about him, because I hope they put me in that lawsuit too, because so say what you need to be said. I'm giving you credit for you know what I mean, y'all the content creator for this video. So y'all add me in, man.
Emails and text messages.
Right.
And let me tell you, they might find something in them emails and text messages. Hey, if they don't settle, boy, they might find something for real, though. They might find something.
I would believe that too. I would subscribe to that. They probably will, dog. They really. Why we ain't been done this, man?
I don't know, man. I wish. Hey, I thought it would never happen, man. All I could do is say, Coach Prime is the realest they come, man. You know what I mean?
You know, I get time with Pack and everybody is like I love y'all games, man. I enjoyed. That's the only reason I did TV, because I wanted to have y'all back.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see it on TV. You know, we still don't see it on TV, but to have y'all back, like we got enough brothers out there now to ride for us, you know, and ride for the players that's playing. But you know, we got to tell the truth as well.
Got to tell the truth.
We're not condemning them. We got to tell the truth without trying to condemn them. But I just wanted y'all back, man. That's why I did it. And
a lot of times, though, people take telling the truth as condemning them. So that's kind of very sensitive. Like Coach Prime said, he had to really start speaking on cornerbacks in general. So my son want to holler at y'all. Here we go.
Yeah, the subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe button.
And I'm ready to hit that W-100.
Yes, sir.
It hurts me, man, when I see somebody upset or angry about something I've said or something that we supposed to did. So I'm always going to make it right. That's why I had to call you.
Yeah.
I should have called you long.
Yeah, that would have been great. That'd be great. Then I wouldn't have had that viral moment, Coach. I wouldn't have had that viral moment. That thing made it to Ricky Smiley.
Yeah, but you know what, man? You know what? It got to one point where I started feeling bad because they was going at you. They was going at you, and I was like, man, this brother don't.
Coach, I'm used to it, Coach. I'm used to it.
I know you're used to it, but I ain't like it. You know?
I know.
That's why you called. I didn't want you used to negative attention.
Yeah.
You got that ball in you. You're going to fight back. You're going to
fight back.
I
gotta stop jumping in the fire.
I just let it go. I'll let it go. You're gonna fight back, and then it's gonna keep going.
All right. I'm learning. Hey, this is all about growth. Like you said, we got to keep growing, man. Got to keep growing. But it's something you said a while back that I totally agree with, and it kind of resonated with me. You know what I mean? And I think you said something to the extent like there should be different jackets for Hall of Famers. Like, you know what I mean? Even if you're a first ballot Hall of Famer, it should be certain criteria you met to have that standard to be, you know what I mean? You can't just be giving out these first ballot and
Helps.
how can a first ballot Hall of Famer compare to you if they don't have the same production? It just doesn't make sense.
My bad. None of that was heard. I was still on mute. But I agree exactly what they just said. They should have another version of the Hall of Fame, and it should be maybe like an elite version, because everybody resume ain't the same in those positions, and you can only be judged by the competition that you was put in front of. It's only fair, no matter what. Like, it's all professional football at the end of the day. At that era, that's what you had to deal with. So we can say, hey, this one is the new generation. They didn't have to deal with this, or the rules are different, and that's always true. But you can't, if the resume, if I got 32 interceptions and he had 50, it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, and then now in 10 years from now and greater, they ain't only getting 25. This man had 50 interceptions, man. So give him his credit. Give him his just due.
If I get 2 interceptions, I'll be a 100 red top.
Yeah. And a new Hall of Fame jacket, believe it.
Shouldn't be a certain number that has to go in each year. You should put the men that deserve it. It shouldn't be like, oh, we got to put 10 in. Because it may not be 10 that's worthy. It may not be. You shouldn't have to do what you don't want to do. I believe baseball put in who they want to put in. They don't just let you just give them a number. They just say, it's got to be.
I never understood that. That's some good lesson right there. So every year they have to select 10.
They have to select.
And that's true too. Like, when you really, like, if you have to select 10, like that's it, just water down the like eventually, just like it is now, they got guys. Well, I ain't gonna try to be disrespectful towards nobody who got the jacket, but it's guys who, like Asante Samuels, in my opinion, he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. Like, I grew up watching him play. He deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. Like, it's just no question. When he had I remember him for the Patriots, the Eagles, and he came down here and played for the Falcons. Like, he was no joke. Like, this is, man, Mr. Swag off the field, man. Look, stop playing with this man. So he's very deserving, But
if y'all get 12 touchdowns, I'm gonna be a Michael Jordan, Shaggy, and a Shorty.
And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be that. Because that's when you start saying, "Oh, come on, man! Like, come on."
You're just trying to run a business. You're just trying to run a business at this point.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you what people don't know, man. The Hall of Fame costs too. It ain't free. Like the team you played the most years with, you're gonna have to ride with them now. Because if you ain't riding with them and they ain't riding with you, it's gonna cost you about $250.
What?
Ain't nobody got there to be paying.
What?
Yeah. That's why I see everybody criticizing T.O., but T.O. was one of the smartest guys to do it. Because he said, if y'all gonna do that, I might as well do it how I do it. I'm gonna do mine at the crib. I'm gonna do mine at the high school because he really got love for me. I ain't finna pay all this, because he paid for several teams, and I don't know if any of those teams jumped on the wagon, but they all get cost. All that stuff costs.
The things you don't think about.
They fly you up there with 2 tickets.
And you got a whole
cost.
I'm trying to bring my whole lot of their Lakes football optimist team if they ever select me. And
you gonna pay for every last one of them. And you're gonna be scrambling to get a hotel.
And that's who would ever even think of that? Like, you get inducted into the Hall of Fame and it's gonna cost you $250,000. And you got to pay for everything. You inducted into the Hall of Fame and they make you like they pay for you. You got to, man, that is like T.O. he is like, because and that's I've been to Canton, I've been to the Hall of Fame, so it's to me, and it's just an experience that I had in life, honestly. But I advise people to go there, but if you don't, you ain't missing nothing. But it's to pay that much, but to be remembered for the rest of throughout history, it's definitely worth it. Because when you got a real football head, when your child is whoever, or that's your passion to go there, like that's, everybody can't say they did. I've been to Canton, Ohio. I made it a point once. When I was in a park called Sayo, Ohio, and I'm in maybe like an hour and a half out, something like that. Made it a point. Let's go check it out. That was cool. But let's get back in here.
You're gonna have a way to Cleveland somewhere. Let me tell you something, man. This stuff costs. It ain't no joke. It's back. I remember at the NFL Network one time, I just went around the room. I said, Mark, me and Marshall went together. Marshall, how much yours cost? He said this and that. Mike, how much yours cost? This and that. TD, how much yours cost? This. Kurt, how much yours cost? This and that. I mean, we had a bunch of people. Like everybody said, how much yours cost? This and that. So everybody had different costs. It was enormous, man. I think the lowest was $250.
What? You kidding me?
Yeah, it ain't free.
Insane. Yeah, you would have seen me just like T.O. That is crazy. I hear everybody, we trying to get paid from the Hall of Fame, but we gotta pay? Man, that's breaking news right there, man.
Yeah.
That is some breaking news.
When you go, it's almost like say for instance, I'm just throwing out a number, $10 a signature on your own. They want 5 of that.
On June 6th, the deadliest warriors become the greatest prey.
Yeah, and you signing.
Coach, you about to make me lose my mind, Coach.
Yeah, man. It's something to behold. I think they've gotten better, and I applaud that. But it used to be something else. Like back then, your tents had to be this or that. I think they've done that all different now, because it could be you with a tent right here, the next person right here, next person, and y'all had separate tents. Me and Marshall got together because we knew the hustle. So we did our thing together. He had Nelly performing, I had Snoop. So we did ours together. We didn't use their caterer. Marshall was part owner of a Popeye's Chicken, so we catered in Popeyes. We kept it a buck. we kept it hood. So we kind of shared the cost to eliminate all that mess, man. But it's crazy, bro.
It's crazy. Yeah. That's unbelievable. It make you not even want to get selected. You want to get selected because you want to be known as the best. But it's like,
but you go ahead and call T.O. and say, give me the blueprint. Because T.O. was one of the smartest ones that ever did it, man. I applaud my brother.
Let me just say this right now. NFL, shame on you. Now this is about to be exposed. Everybody is paying money to be a part of the Hall of Fame when it's supposed to be something that's supposed to be sacred to us.
You don't pay to get in now. I'm not saying,
but you got to pay everybody to come.
It's
your
gonna
family. Who you gonna celebrate with? That's crazy. You should have like a jet or 10 flights, kind of how they do at the Pro Bowl or something,
At least a bus.
A bus or something,
It ain't like that, though.
But you just said a name, man, right? You just said a name. Jog your memory a little bit, see if you can understand it. You're gonna understand this, my career. You probably understand it more than I do, but Coach, you created your dance, right? Made it famous. Everybody loved to dance, right? Everybody loves it. And I low-key, I created a movement, nationwide movement, right? But people don't realize it. And my movement was crossing the hands, right? I call it the G stands every time I make a pick.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And I made it a nationwide movement, but I don't get the credit for it. You know what I mean? Nobody.
And Asante Samuels, he hit the G stands and he swag off the field. The nigga swag, hey, no lie. But this man here, boy, when he walk off, oh boy, Asante put the walk off with the pick. Stop playing with this man.
They did this one before I did it, right? But no one realized that. You know, the media don't give me credit.
I remember you used to do that. I remember you used to do that.
Everywhere. So everybody you see doing that, you know, I started that trend. But listen out, check this out. This is gonna mess you up now. There's one person that did it before me, but I think they had different meanings, and they call it the G stand. If you could guess this one person, I lunch on me tomorrow, Coach. Who did it before me?
I remember you doing that. I don't know who did that. Is it DB?
Coach, I'm gonna give you a hint. He a part of your crew now.
Gotta be Sap.
Marshall Falk.
Falk did that.
You don't remember when he used to look, he grabbed the ball, he used to do like that. But it's like a different meaning, like, you know.
I don't remember Marshall doing it. I remember you doing it at the breakup or whatever you did. I don't remember
when you go back and see Marshall, you gonna be like, yep. Tell Axel, you gonna be like, he used to do it real quick.
Man, doing a great job, dog. Our running game will be successful this year because of what he brings to the table, man. I mean, he's so smart, and he has those guys on, man, they are unbelievable right now, man. I can't wait to see what we do running the ball this year, all because of our brother, man. He is phenomenal.
Wow. Well, good thing you said that, because that was the next thing I wanted to talk about. And, you know, I was impressed with the progress last season from the running game and the defensive line play, right? You started off bad, but y'all made, like you do, good coaches do. You adjust and you make changes and you get better. How good has Coach Warren Sapp been around for the program? I know he got that Florida energy. He had the crazy out there.
It's almost like you got to let guys be who they are and don't try to change them and conform them into what you want them to be. Like Sapp, do your thing, baby. Do your thing. So the way he coaches is the way I want my guys to play. Like the way Marshall played is the way I want my guys to play. Kevin Mathis, the corners, I want my guys to play. You know, Jason Phillips, when he played receiver, he was tough to nations, led the nation in receptions at University of Houston. That's why I want my guys to play. So it's all like you give it to them, man, and let them do their thing, and they bring you results. I don't try to stifle them and like, hey, no, we're gonna do it this way. No, man, do it your way. But I need you to understand how to communicate with these kids, because it's a new kid out there. It ain't the same kid that we grew up being. It's a new kid out there, man. And you got to communicate with them totally different. Like this guy, you may have to yell. This guy, you can't yell at him because he's gonna cry. This guy, you know, you got to just look him in the eye, grab him, and tell him what you need. It's totally different guys. You got to build that relationship so you understand how to handle them.
No doubt. Yeah, I like that, man. You're doing a hell of a job. You know, I don't have to tell you. Doing a great job out there. We all became Colorado fans because of you and your family, man. You know what I mean? But do you feel you've been compensated properly, or are you maxed them out? You maxed them out.
You could never be compensated properly. No. But I didn't.
Did you max them out, Coach? Did you max them out?
I didn't want to kill, because you got to understand.
Great ideas can come from.
Is come
take everything
like a normal coach, because we affect everything.
Right.
I mean, everything. I mean, you got to go in and pull up the numbers and the consensus in the
economy.
You got to. That's what I'm saying. We made $113 million in our first year for Colorado. No, I'm sorry, for Boulder, Colorado. Not Denver and all that, but Boulder, Colorado.
Boulder, the city. Yeah.
It's so many things that we affect: the attendance, the enrollment. We affect everything, man. The restaurants, the hotels, we affect everything. So the apparel was up 700%. Like we have numbers to justify. So when we go into negotiation, we giving you these numbers. Like, hey, man, you see this, right? This is what we were, and this is what we are. So it ain't just about wins and losses. It's about the effect that you have on the whole city and the whole state.
They probably just begging with you, like pleading with you, like Prime. We know how much you worth. We can't pay you that much, but we'll give you as much as we possibly can, man. Just please.
It went a little bit like that. It went a little bit like that.
Just please, man. Please, man. We're gonna give you much. I'm taking a pay cut. I'm giving you some out of my salary.
I never want to go anywhere anyway, man. So, I know there's a lot of rumors about the next level, and I can't see that. Yeah. I can't see the next level. And I think a couple people who may have taken shots at my kids, they were afraid that I would go to that next level. And that's where the shots came from. All you got to do is just sit back and listen. And watch.
That's all you got to do.
But people don't want to do that. They want to create these narratives and create these stories and then attach them to a kid that ain't never done nothing wrong.
Yeah. How does that make you feel when you see your colleagues or your peers going in on you, man? Like, how does that make you feel?
No idea, man. You have no idea. Like,
because I don't think people be understanding. Like I got kids too. These are our kids. These are our kids.
Blood,
we're
man.
coaches, but these are kids. This is our blood.
And stop lying. Like, you got to understand, my kids are built for everything. We had 2 TV shows, and then we had shows in high school. We're playing football in junior and senior year. So we've always been in front of the camera. So they know how to navigate. They know how to handle themselves.
It's my biggest question about Shador being up there in Cleveland. Is he built for it? Because Cleveland, historically, what they bring to the table for quarterbacks as an organization, not good. It's the death sentence. I don't give a damn who you is, what position. It's over with for you. But only time may tell, but their history is their history, and it's like, let's see if Shador built for this. He got to make it out 4 years. He got to go through college again. So let's go.
Yeah. And you're not gonna catch them in no foolery and no mess. You're not gonna do that whatsoever. So when you sit up there and say something like he went in a meeting unprepared, like, dude, Shador Sanders, who's had 6 different coordinators.
That's why I was like, where did they get? I never believed none of that stuff they was saying. Never believed none of that stuff. None of that stuff. I don't care what nobody was saying. I'm like, but I don't believe it was like, even with nobody else. I think it was just something deeper. I think it was really for those ratings to get people to tune in. They forced y'all to watch that. I didn't watch it, but I was worried about it. I was very inquisitive about it because I was on vacation at that time. So
who has still functioned and went up, leveled up every time we brought somebody new in, and you're gonna tell me
situation.
You're gonna tell me he had on headphones. Shador, anybody know my son? Understand he's a professional. Like, he's gonna go into a meeting with headphones on. Like, y'all, come on. Man.
You know what that tells me, Coach? That tells me somebody was looking for something before they even came there. I was already looking for something.
Yeah,
looking for an issue. Pre-planned, you know what I mean? But hey, bygones, bygones. Hey, man, we know you a dog, your kid's a dog, and dogs gonna always rise to the top. You know what I mean? That's what I believe. You know what I mean?
There you go.
For real. But,
then
we're talking about
it did hurt.
Coach, when you talking about it hurt, it hurt us, it hurt me. It hurt, Coach.
But the Bible says God uses the foolish things to confound the wise. So it was some foolish stuff that went on, but you know what? That gave them something that they needed. Like, that gave them something that they said, all right, that edge that Tom had, that edge, it gave them that edge that you had, it gave them the edge that I have. When folks say we're gonna be nothing, we weren't gonna be nothing, but we had to prove that. That gave them the edge that they needed. Both of them.
Mm-hmm. He already used to adversity, like I say, come from Jackson State and Colorado, so he built for that stuff. Like you said.
We built for that.
You raised them right. You know what I mean? Like we say, we're talking about Shador, and I'm going to talk about Colorado. But being that, Shador and all the young gunners left or the old gunners left, how much can this team improve, man, from last season? Coming one game short of the Big 12 championship. How much think you can improve?
We won't have Travis, who is anomaly. You know, he ain't nobody like that. There ain't nobody like that. Let's get that straight. And Shador, what he did for the program, only the people inside understands who he was. And as long as he had the ball in his hands, everybody in the country felt like we had a chance as long as he had that ball. So we won't have that. But I feel as though we're going to be better because we
Gotta
had
play more team ball.
Yes, we had individuals that were phenomenal, as well as the receivers. You know, Jimmy, LeJounte, Will, all them. We had some dogs. Now we're going to have a better team. Line is better, offensively and defensively. The backfield is better. The receivers, I'm not going to say they're better because we sent 4 guys to the pros. Will is the only one. He flunked his physical, but he's going to get it right. So we sent 4 guys to the NFL, so that's hard to do. But as a team, we're going to be better, man. We got some dogs. That DJ McKinney on that corner, man, I think he's a pro as well. We got some long dogs.
There was one cornerback, man. I'll be bad with names, but he had a bad game. Maybe it was against Kansas State or something. And I was like, man, like, who is this guy? And I'm talking about the next couple games, he came back and he was balling. He looked like
no, you told me. Yeah, that's too
far. Oh man. Hey, big shout out to that cornerback, man. That's what it's about.
That's who you talking about, Preston Hodge.
Yeah. I think that's his name. Shout out to you, Hodge, man. That's what it's about. Adversity at corner. You're going to get beat sometime.
Yeah.
How do you bounce back? Can you make a play after you got beat? And
that was it. I believe it's a first down. And we say first down, shot down. Like right there, first down, shot down. Play action.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all. We knew.
Yeah. So shout out to the Colorado Buffaloes and all that, man. Coach Prime.
You gotta come see it, dog. Like you gotta come. You actually gotta. It's something to see it from afar, but you got to come see it. Like you got to come see a game, stand on the sideline, and you're gonna like, Lord, like the atmosphere is crazy, man.
I'm coming. I got a new best friend. I don't want to call him my step pops yet. I don't want to invade too much. You know, he step pop soon though. But you know what I mean. I'm coming now. You know what I mean.
I got you.
Move over, pack dog.
Hey, when I get that step pop, you'll start getting all the drops. We'll start getting you know the drops. The drops of shades, the drops of shoes, the drops.
Oh man. Hey, all you gotta do is tell Pac-Man to show you his text message. You're gonna already see it in there. You're gonna see step pop, step brother.
You're gonna get all the drops, man. Pac is a fool. I love that joke.
Yeah, man. I love Pac too, man. We used to see each other out in the world. You know, we kind of grew up the same, act the same, but you know, so I used to see him out doing a bunch of foolishness. I'm doing a bunch of foolishness.
He's my prodigal son. He's the one that I always pray for, and I have to check on him every day.
Right. Just like you, man. The realest thing, like what he did, man, with Chris Henry's children, man. Every time I see him, I can't help but say something about that. Like that was the realest stuff ever. You know what I mean? So, man, yeah. But like I say, Coach Prime ain't gonna hold you long. It was fun. That was exciting.
So we straight. So we straight now, right? We straight.
We always straight. Always straight.
I just want to be straight, man.
Yeah, we straight. I want to put this on record now. Coach Prime said probably gonna come on periodically during the season. You know what I mean? Come check in.
I got you.
Oh, see y'all see that? Make sure y'all subscribe. Be coming on.
I got you.
Yeah.
Hey, put this on your page. We want all the subscribers. We want them to jump on this thing.
Oh man, look at this. Lord have mercy. Cause
real with it. He ain't lying about it. I'm glad we got over the bull junk. All right.
Over the bull junk.
So we are good. He's a Florida boys, and Florida boys can't be at odds. We straight.
Yeah, we can't be at odds. It's us against the world.
We against the world. We going somebody else. Yeah, we can come back, but we going somebody else.
You can come back and deal with us, huh?
All right,
hey,
bro. I love you,
man.
I love you, man. I appreciate you, dog.
Love you too, Coach, man. Appreciate you, man. And much love to you. Hey, I hope you're feeling better. And one thing I wanted to say, have you ever tried to fast before? You ever use fasting?
Yeah, I have, but right now it's a whole nother level. It's a whole nother level. And you know what? Honestly, I've done no media. I've done nothing for how long now? For a minute. So coming on with you is something I ain't been in front of nobody for a minute. You see, on lost 14 pounds. Like I'm coming back, but I needed this, man. I needed this exchange.
That energy. Get that energy.
Yeah, because I haven't had the energy. I got Redcon, you know, I endorsed this too. So, you know, I got to sell products, the same thing. But yeah, man. But I appreciate. I needed this.
I didn't even realize Coach Prime was going through something right now. But now just looking at him like, yeah, something definitely going on. So
Needed this interaction. I really did.
Thank you. Hey, you know I needed it. You know we needed it in my chat and my community. We appreciate you. We love you. Appreciate Coach Prime for coming through Colorado Buffaloes. I'm saying it here first. Big 12 champions, baby. And let's see what else happens after that, baby. So Coach Prime.
And I got my 5 people that I'm gonna call you from time to time, and all I'm gonna say is sick.
Yeah,
okay?
There you go. Oh, another thing I wanted to say too, Coach, like being that we are who we are, right? And I'm just saying, like, you know, checking up on each other and things like that. People, I'm gonna check up on Coach Prime because I don't want nothing. You know what I mean? And we need more people. We need more people that could check up on each other that ain't asking for nothing. You know what I mean?
We gotta do that, man, because we positive people, we positive brothers, and darn good fathers. So let's do that. I'm with you on that. So I would drop. I would text you all the time and call you. Hey man, checking on. Just tell me you good. Just tell me you good, baby.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna see you soon because I'm gonna be coming on up there. But you can go ahead and log off. We appreciate you. I'm gonna go and chop it up with him for a few seconds. Oh man, that was fun, chat. That was fun. I think
yeah, that was pretty cool. Interesting interview, interesting reaction to it. You know, I like to just pretty much listen. Yeah, they'll just take it as it comes. But that was pretty interesting. And we got to just see what's next to come for the both of them, man. And like I said, y'all just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And it's really slow tonight. I ain't really have nothing to go off of. So I really just want to come up here and do something. But we'll see how the weekend come up. But we're gonna continue this thing, and we'll be back next if not tomorrow, next week. So with that, man, I'm finna be up out of here.